I'm just in here eating my food after my workout, and I had a couple of things on my mind.
Talk to me.
Every weekend, every Friday, every Saturday, you see the same motherfuckers on Instagram, on Facebook, or whatever the case may be, out at the bar,
Facts.
out doing this, out doing that, drinking, getting fucked up. And I hope y'all realize that the people like me and the people that go to the gym and spend time on things that actually matter and are actually benefiting them in life, those are the people that are going somewhere. And you people that continue to do the same detrimental things, at some point it's going to catch up to you.
Bye.
So either stop now or pay the price in the long end. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. Like, if that's fun for you, go ahead. But if you can't do it in moderation and you let it consume your life,
Facts.
you might want to think about cutting it out completely, because certain people don't know how to have limits on certain things, with whether it's alcohol or drugs or anything like that. Like, if you don't know how to limit yourself, then just cut it out.
Also, first and foremost, before I even get into this, nobody's judging you. I'm just having open dialogue. If you want to party, drink, and smoke and go out and club and fuck whoever you want, do that. You're grown. There's nothing I'm going to say that's going to stop you. But as someone who lives in Vegas, that lifestyle gets you nowhere. I'll tell you that right now. The reason why I'm even making this video is because I can relate to this wholeheartedly. Not only do I stay home, don't really go out, don't go to the clubs, it's not my scenery whatsoever. Before I even got sick, you guys, I wasn't doing those things. I work, come home from work, make videos, go to sleep, meal prep, go to whatever things I go to, whether it's hanging out with my friends, and that's pretty much it. There's no club life in my life. There's not really a drinking and a wild life for me, at least. The reason why I say this is because ever since I wanted to do social media, I wanted to live a healthier lifestyle, and I wanted to do better for myself, because I knew in the future where I'm going, drinks and partying is not where I'm headed, and that's not what I want in my near future. I've noticed a lot of people like to critique me and judge me because, oh, you're not living, you're not having fun, you should be dating, you should be going out, you should be doing this. Trust me, I don't think I'm missing anything. I used to be a bartender from the ages of like 21 all the way until like maybe 28, 29. When I tell you, y'all, I done seen it all. I've done been around it, and I didn't even have to actually be partying in it to see it. You work there, so you see the environment. You're not missing out on anything. Do you know how many times I've seen some of my friends, go out, party, club, whatever, and then empty, depression, because all they do is drink and party, and they have no type of self-care days, or they have no type of grounding, or there's a hole in that void that needs to be filled. I know not everybody feels the same way when they go out, because everybody likes to go out for different reasons, but I've noticed people who tend to party a lot and drink a lot and be around certain things, there's like something missing in your life. And I really do believe that it's God. I do believe that it's discipline. I do believe that it's grounding yourself. Nothing's wrong with going out every now and then, but for the people who go out every single weekend, I can tell your life is just not disciplined. And just like he was saying in the video, nothing's wrong with doing that stuff if that's what you want to do. But most people don't have discipline. Most people don't know moderation. So think about this. You're wasting your money every single weekend going out and partying. But then critique someone like me who wants to stay home and what? Save. You know what I mean? Why would I want to go out and waste my money? Y'all, when you guys go out, I remember one time, this is a long time ago, I went out with my friends and we were on the strip or whatever. And I think we went to Encore and Win $15 for a shot. Now, am I missing out on anything, or could I just sit home and chill by myself? Yeah, like I said, you guys do whatever you want. That's your business. I'm not judging you, but me personally, I feel like partying and going out should be a luxury. This is just an opinion. This is not a fact. I think that once you figure out what you want to do in life, like you got your wife, you got your family, you got your set career, all that, when playtime's over, when business is over, then it's playtime. That's just how I see it. I always tell myself when I make my first million, or when I'm, on a stream with Kai Cenat or fucking DDG or something, that's when I will start having a good time, because now I know I can relax. I don't know about y'all, but my mindset is so focused on the future, whether it's finding a good partner, whether it's, doing social media, whether it's getting my podcast up and running. My mind cannot work on fun right now when I haven't even done half of the things that I need, to be set in stone in my life. I have goals, y'all, and I'm pretty sure you guys do too. But I've noticed drinking hinders my goals, because if I drink, I'm going to be out the next day. I don't know what kind of drinkers you guys are, but I can't have one shot. Again, this is why I discipline myself and I just stay away from that scenery. But I wholeheartedly agree with this fully. I think most people should be more disciplined, work out, handle their business, take care of themselves, and then eventually go outside and have fun. But I don't always think that it should be a necessity, and I think that should be something you do every now and then. I'm telling you all, I can so live without the club scene. I can so live without partying, drinking, and smoking and all that stuff, and I'm living just fine. So I want to know your guys' opinion, because everybody's willing to do whatever they want and has the freedom to do so. But the world is backwards. I feel like a lot of people nowadays, they judge people for not going out. They judge people for not having a roster. They judge people for not being, wild and stuff like that. But I feel like those are the people that I think people need to be taking notes from. To live in a world that's so chaotic and so lustful and everybody wants to drink, party, and smoke, when you're super disciplined, I really feel like that takes a lot of ganas, if you ask me. But hey, that's just my opinion. I'd like to know. And I just want to add a couple more things to what I was saying before. I think the reason why I want to be so disciplined and why I care about what I do now and having a very strong mindset is because I know future-wise what I want in the future. I don't think that partying and, going wild and stuff like that is going to coexist with what I want. And I know for a fact that it's only going to hinder me, if that makes sense. And I think that drinking too much and living that type of lifestyle, it's going to take me off my pedestal and take me off the route that I want to be in. And the last thing I don't want either, you guys, is I always think this: if I'm preparing myself to be a good person, I'm fixing old habits, I'm killing off the old self to become a new version of myself. If I'm doing everything in my power to become the best version of me, I really do believe that in the future, I deserve a partner who is doing the same thing. I really believe that you meet people when you're working at a certain vibration. I think that if I'm drinking, partying, and smoking, and my depression's going through the roof, and I'm not happy, my anxiety's all over the place, I'm not grounding myself, I'm not in bed by a certain time, there's no type of discipline or structure, I don't feel like I'm going to get blessed with the things that I want, if that makes sense. So me personally, you do whatever you want in your life, but I've noticed the more disciplined I am and the more that I actually am more careful with what I do in my life, I'm a lot happier. When I was carefree, unorganized, all over the place, didn't give a fuck about what I did, I just felt like my mind was scattered, just like everything else I was doing. But again, you won't know this until you're a very disciplined person. And like I said, future-wise, I would love to have a partner who's just as disciplined as me. If anything, I wish they were a little bit more disciplined so they can teach me and always put me on and keep me in line, because I love that. That's my personal thing. But again, that's just another thing that I wanted to add. I just really feel like, what is the point of drinking, partying, and smoking when your whole destination is to be successful? When you look at really successful people, I don't really see that the people that I look up to really successful, they don't even drink or smoke. They believe in God heavily, or they're actually following through with a lot of things. So I don't know, the people that I really look up to wholeheartedly, they don't live that type of lifestyle. And I've noticed it worked for them. And ever since I've stopped doing a lot of things, I've been a lot happier. But again, just want to know your guys' opinions on this.